You know, this school is really different, and that's probably the reason that I started coming here.
It's cool because we don't work by ourselves. We learn by working with other people, which in my opinion I think is authentic.
I like the interactivity with other people and the project that you're doing. I like working in groups because it helps you kind of work with people so you're not sitting there alone and doing all work by yourself.
It's harder for a teacher to in a public school to go to each individual student when there's like 34 people in a class, and then here it's just the max I know is like 15 people, I think. So 15 people in a class, and it's easier for a teacher to help the students.
Here at this campus, what I really like most is the freedom to bring in my own ideas and passions about things I know and I'm interested about, and share that with the kids in ways to hopefully help them get interested in things that would have made it a lot more interesting for me as a student.
I think I really enjoy working here versus other contexts because students through PBL are able to connect mathematics to something real for them. And it kind of bridges the gap between the why would I use math in the real world.
I like a lot about the school. I like how small it is. It gives us a real opportunity to get to know students and work closely with them. You just don't get that in a bigger school with class sizes north of 25 students. We have small classes here, and that makes a huge difference. I think project-based learning is great. It's a lot more exciting. It has a potential to produce really authentic material. The students are working on things that actually matter to them. Students that actually are completing projects where you can see the impact in the real world. This isn't just some abstract notion of tests and worksheets and sitting and listening to a lecture. No, students are out building things, creating things, interacting with professionals, really trying to do some advanced work.
I think what's different is it's more personalized here. So the students have a lot more opportunity to own what they're learning here and how they want to learn versus at the last school where things were good, but it was so systematic that a lot of the personalization part was missing. And so I think that's the big point here is that it's more personalized for students learning.
What's different at this school than my last one is the teachers here apply the real world thing and to what they teach. They don't teach it just so we can pass a test. They teach it so that once we get out in the real world and we actually want to get a job or we're working out there, we can actually apply the things we learned here.
This school allows a very open use of technology. We can do a lot of different things with our technology, including some fun mixed with also the things that we're doing at school. They teach us and show us how to use technology wisely in the right way and implement that into our education and other things like that. Compared to as some older schools that I've went to, we did have laptops, but they were locked down. There weren't a lot of uses that we could do, and we had to get teachers' permission to use them, and things along that line.
At my last school, they got laptops, which is really cool and all, but the apps were restricted, so I couldn't personalize it how I want because I have dyslexia, so it makes it kind of hard to do some of the things that I would normally do on a laptop. And so with the iPad, it's more free use, and our teachers, they let us download games and stuff, which is really cool, but they also help us manage our free time and our time wisely, and they just help us overall manage our time so we can use that later on in college.
Technology is better for me here and more fun for me because I feel like it's easier learning, and if it's more fun then it helps me because I actually want to do it. And the virtual reality is actually really fun. I really want to use it in class though because it seems like I'll have a more hands-on in like their experience.
So along with the different computers and programs we get to use here at Cedars, we also have VR or virtual reality, which I think is really unique to the school because it really emphasizes the whole hands-on STEM aspect of the learning here, which I really love because it opens up so many different opportunities as a class and as a school to learn and create projects in 3D environments and on computers, and it really engages you into something more practical, like that you'll use. You feel like you're actually going to use this in later years, which I think is really cool.
I think 3D printing is very important to like just the manufacturing world and people, because it allows us to make things ourselves. I have just started using this CAD program a few weeks ago, and I've already been able to design things myself and print stuff. And it's really useful because you don't have to buy stuff straight from like manufacturers. You can just make something your own.